So how many horses this morning get worked?
We've got 108 here, so keeps us busy for the morning. If you could just lead, go off at 1,000 at evens, and just increase up around the bend and up the hill, okay? So this is a filly, this one here. If you work her in company, she does too much. Didn't look very good there, Jen. She couldn't handle the hill.
Largo Let, now he's the biggest horse, Dave, in work in Australia.
Just under 18 hands, and he's 700 kilos, and keeping in mind a normal horse is 500 kilos, so huge. So he'll start stretching out late in this gallop now, just arrived on time.
Well, that's the last of the horses. Should we have a look at the property?
Yeah, let's have a look. With 1,200 acres, we can irrigate 100 acres of it.
And nice to have all the staff on the place every day. A lot live here?
Yeah, we've got a staff of 50, and about half live on the property or surrounding houses around the property. Now you can be at Randwick in 7.5 hours, if you turn right, and left into Flemington, or we can go straight ahead to Adelaide in 8 hours. The thing I love about it is you can be competing in one state one day and home in these paddocks the next. Normally in the past, when you've raced interstate, you're normally locked in for a campaign in that state. We've changed that so that we can have the flexibility to change states mid-preparation. What we wanted to do was design a track that we could work both Melbourne and Sydney way, and I wanted to incorporate a hill, and we find you can keep them much sounder working them on hills.
What do you use the treadmill for?
For a variation in work, just to give them the track work without carrying big logs like us around. And this is a young horse, so I try and in their first 30 days, try and give them 2 or 3 days on this, but they can get up to about 36 kilometres, pretty hard session. This is just a slow session. So this is like an 8-minute cool down session on their legs. Terrific for recovery after a gallop. It's like the footballers going into the ocean or getting the ice baths. It's the same with the horses. You feel how cold those legs are. It's amazing.
Takes all the heat out of it?
Takes all the heat out, and terrific for recovery after a gallop. And having that right next to the gallops is a huge advantage and a bit unique. We've tried to bring in a lot of the Lindsay Park history. We've got all the main barns are named after the 3 Melbourne Cup winners, Jurnak, Talac and Beldow Ball.
When CS started Lindsay Park Barossa, he was 48, you're 48 as well.
A big coincidence, but he moved up to Lindsay Park at that age, and I've moved up to Euroa at this age. So hopefully I'm a successful from 48 into 70.
Well, Dave, Jace is putting all the runners up over the next month. All the work and prep that goes in, it must be very disappointing when you get a bad ride from a jockey.
Yeah, when you plan something a month out, it's shattering, and you know, you occasionally see trainers do their nana at the races, and you can understand why.
Always looking for good jockeys, I assume?
Always on the lookout. Actually, we're a bit short today. Wouldn't mind if you could help us out and you could show everyone how easy it is.
I grew up on the farm, I think track work's probably a bit beyond me. Who are you thinking?
Oh, look, I've got a nice quiet horse, Token of Honour, and I'd just like you to sort of follow a couple of kids up and maybe join them the last furlong.
Quiet?
Very quiet. Guarantee won't back you off.
Right, I'm on.
Well, this will be interesting. Track work up the hill. This is Token of Honour, ran 3rd at Morphettville on Saturday.
Well, here's the upside that's quite funny apparently. It ran 3rd because it pulled too hard. Used to ride a horse to school, haven't done track work before, so first time in the saddle doing track work. Lizzie's in charge of things, Lester's the gun apprentice. We'll see.
Okay, if you three could just go one behind the other. And Hamish, you just stay tucked in behind. Yep, that's it. Just stay there, he'll relax. Don't move him out, just stay there. And then at about the 400, Lizzie will come up alongside you. That's good, Haim. You just stay in behind that horse. So if you just keep him directly behind that horse, he'll relax for you.
Okay.
No, don't pull out. No, he's pulled out. Whoa, hey. Yeah, Hamish just over racing a little bit here. Let's just hope he stops. He got out to his pads.
Well, some serious power. Sorry, Lizzie.
I don't know if it was Hamish or the horse. He's quite keen to run, obviously didn't hurt him, Hamish.
He was charging.
They got power, haven't they?
Yeah, there's tears in your eyes and it's just amazing animal underneath you charging. There's nothing quite like it. I mean, it's a feeling I assume very few people get to feel, but it's an extraordinary feeling. I mean, he probably hasn't carried 83 kilos for a while.
Well, you could see that just there, the horse, when you were in behind, how relaxed he was.
Yeah.
And then the moment you gave him a little bit
Saw
of cover,
daylight.
and that probably explains how they all talk about when they get cover and when they don't get cover. When they race without the cover, they tend to want to charge, and that's what he did basically then. So you were really good for 50% of the gallop, and then you totally stuffed it up late.